in church. If anybody ever told their real testimony, if anybody really did an expository on grace, if everybody really showed their stuff and what grace and mercy reached down and pulled out in you, my God. Woo! You better help me that we would stop being so self-righteous. Have access and entry because of the blood of Jesus. Woo! I feel good in the house today. It is faith that gives us that access. Therefore, the enemy is really not after you. He's after your faith. Because if he can take your faith, your total trust in the work that God's done through his son Jesus, then he can limit and he can cripple your relationship with God. Because if he can take and shake your faith and put you in a place of condemnation, of continuing to feel that it's something to do within you or your works or your righteousness, then he begins to weaken your relationship, and therefore he begins to debilitate your ability to call forth those things that are not as though they were, to speak to atmospheres, because you begin to understand this isn't because I'm so great that I can shift an atmosphere, but it's because he's so great. He can use my mouth as a vehicle and an instrument of change and glory. It's about a yielded life. I can do all things through by my relationship of resting in him. When what the enemy wants to do is to take your faith. He wants you to be so confused and dualistic in nature that you have constant fluctuations between faith and flesh. Because a double-minded man, a man of variances, a man that is in and out, is unstable in all of his ways. He's inconsistent in everything. A person that's inconsistent in everything has fluctuations going on between faith and flesh constantly. There's inward struggles that are manifesting outward, that you see the constant inconsistencies and instabilities. A person who is confident in God understands, and there's more solidity in their life because they understand who God is and what God has done for them. My God, I'm helping somebody. Luke chapter 22, verse 31 through 32, Jesus declares of the apostle Peter, says, Simon, Simon, Satan has desired you, that he may sift you as wheat, which literally means inwardly agitates you. He's desired you, that he can inwardly agitate you. He said, but I prayed for thee. He said, I know you were going to fail, but I prayed that your faith, the word on the inside of you, would not fail. I prayed that there would be something within you, that when life starts moving all around you, there would be a stability, because the firm foundation, that when the wind does beat and the rain does descend upon your house, upon you, that you'll be able to stand. Having done all to stand, you can stand, therefore, according to Ephesians chapter 6. If you ever begin to walk by that kind of authentic faith, there's no stopping you from all of this. Now let's talk about crazy faith, because those chairs you're sitting on were birthed by crazy faith. This building that we're worshiping in was birthed by crazy faith. God is calling us to a new dimension, that what we've seen in the days behind us are nothing compared to what we're going to see in the days ahead of us. Hebrews 11:6, as we so well taught and dissected this word, says, without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. That translates, now my total trust is the foundation of what I expect to possess and am looking for. It is the proof or power to remove doubt. So now faith is total trust. Now my faith is my total trust is the foundation of what I expect to possess and am looking for, and it is the proof or power to